Rafael Trujillo was a Dominican dictator who ruled the Dominican Republic from February 1930 until his assassination in May 1961. Trujillo era was considered one of the bloodiest eras ever in America. Trujillo and his regime were responsible for many deaths, including between 5,000 and 67,000 Haitians and infamous Parsley Massacre. He was also responsible for the assassination of Mirabal sisters. The Mirabal sisters were four sisters known commonly as Patria Minerva, Maria Teresa, and Didi, who opposed the dictatorship of Rafael Trujillo in the Dominican Republic and were involved in clandestine activities against his regime. Three of the four sisters, Patria Minerva and Maria Teresa, were assassinated on 25th November 1960. The last sister, Didi, died of natural causes on February 1, 2014. The assassinations turned the Mirabal sisters into symbols of both popular and feministic resistance. In 1999, in their honor, the United Nations General Assembly designated 25th November the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Their dedication and bravery today is an inspiration to all. They've become a symbol of feminism. So, Didi, the second sister, decided to stay home when the other three sisters went on to college and became activists to revolt against this tyranny. Patria was the oldest of the four Mirabal sisters, born on 27th February 1924. When she was 14, she was sent by her parents to a Catholic boarding school. She left school when she was 17 and married Pedro Gonzalez, a farmer who was later aid her in challenging the Trujillo regime. Patria is quoted as saying, quote, "We cannot allow our children to grow up in this corrupt and tyrannical regime. We have to fight against it, and I am willing to give up everything, even my life if necessary." Unquote. On 25th November 1960, Patria Minerva, Maria Teresa, and their driver Rufino were visiting Maria Teresa and Minerva's incarnated husbands. On the way home, they were stopped by Trujillo's henchmen. Sisters and De la Cruz were separated, the driver, strangled, and clubbed to death. The bodies were then gathered and put in their jeep, which was run off the mountain road in an attempt to make their deaths look like an accident. After Trujillo was assassinated on 30th of May 1961, General admitted to have personal knowledge that the sisters were killed by Trujillo's right-hand man. This incident precipitated the downfall of the long-ruling dictator who was assassinated 6 months later on May 30th, 1961. Trujillo had ordered the killings because the Mirabal sisters had organized the largest opposition movement he had confronted in the 31 years of dictatorship from 1930 to 1961. Therefore, the Mirabal sisters became symbols of feminist resistance, and in commemoration of their deaths, 25th November was declared International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women in Latin America in 1980. This International Day was formally recognized by the United Nations in 1999. In June 1991, the Center for Women Global Leadership, alongside participants of the first Women Global Institute on Women, Violence and Human Rights, called for a global campaign of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. The 16 days begins with the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and ends with the International Human Rights Day on 10th December. It highlights that the violence against women is the fundamental violence of human rights.